Hey guys, my name is Erin. I'm one of the coaches at Milestone CrossFit. We're all super excited to host our 4th annual Triple Threat Throwdown coming up on Saturday, November the 8th. Since we've released the workouts, we now would like to release our movement standards so that everyone can familiarize themselves with the movements and what we expect for the competition. Enjoy!
All right, guys, we're going to go over the movement standards for the deadlift. The deadlift is going to start from the ground. Each rep, both plates have to touch the ground. Full stand up, full extension of the knees and hips, shoulders behind the bar each rep. So give me one where the shoulders are not behind the bar, Gabe. Boom, that does not count. We need a full extension of the hips and knees, shoulders behind the bar to count. Both plates touch the ground at the bottom. The next movement standard that we're going to go over is the clean for the clean ladder. Any way the athlete can get the clean from ground to shoulder counts. It could be a power clean, a squat clean, or the athlete could even pick up the weight off the ground and hang clean it. As long as they get a full extension of the hips and knees with the elbows in front of the bar, the rep will count. Now we're going to go over the movement standards for the clean and jerk. The athlete has to get the bar from ground to shoulder, shoulder to overhead, any way. A push jerk is allowed, a split jerk is allowed, a squat clean is allowed. If the athlete does perform a split jerk, they need to bring the feet back together with full control of elbows locked out, hips and knees locked out before the bar goes back down to the ground. Now we're going to go over the standards for the clusters. It's going to start from the ground every time. The way I start from the ground, it's going to be a clean. It could be a squat clean into a thruster. The athlete is not allowed to jerk, though. They're not allowed to split or re-dip. It has to be one continuous press with elbows, hips, and knees fully locked out. The athlete can clean the weight up and then do the thruster if need be, but still show control of a complete lockout of elbows, hips, and knees. Now we're going to go over the overhead squat. The overhead squat, the weight will be overhead. The athlete must hit a full depth squat below parallel. On the way back up, must have the knees and hips fully locked out. Show us one where the hips aren't locked out. Even though the knees are locked out, that is a no rep because the hips did not open up. We're going to go over the movement standards for the wall balls. Starts from the athlete's going to grab the ball, hit a full stand up, and then start a full squat. And over 50% of the ball must go over the line. If the ball does not touch the wall but goes high enough, it's a no rep. If it does not go high enough, it's a no rep. When the ball touches the ground, again, the athlete must stand it up, then hit the full squat, and then throw the ball above, at least 50% above the line. Standards for the lateral bar burpees. The athlete must do a full burpee, chest to ground, and then jump with 2 feet and land with 2 feet over the bar with over 90% of your hips open, or 90 degrees of your hips opened up. In other words, the athlete can't just dive over the bar. That's a no rep if they just dive over the bar. Standards for the partner burpees. Athlete must perform a burpee, chest to ground, come up, and then any way they can get over. It could be a lateral jump. It could be a step over. It could be a jump over, step over, whatever it takes to get over your partner safely to complete the full burpee. For the partner wheelbarrow walk, the partner could be holding the other partner's ankles anyway, but must be holding it at the ankles. Standards for the burpee. The athlete must complete a burpee, chest to ground, and then have an extension of the hips and knees with a clap overhead while jumping in the air. The clap must be performed while in the air. So if the athlete does not extend the hips, the rep doesn't count, or if the athlete does not jump in the air, the rep does not count. Standards for the box jump. The athlete is going to jump on top of the box and show full control of hips and knees extended on the box before jumping down or stepping down. So the athlete cannot jump on and jump off the box. That is a no rep. They must show full control on top of the box before going back down. The athletes that are in the scaled categories that can step up, the step up is allowed, but they still must show full extension of the hips and knees before going back down. Do you want to show us one where you don't extend your hips? Thank you. For the pull-ups, the athlete can kip the pull-up or they can butterfly it, but for the pull-up to count, the elbows must be fully extended and the chin must go over the bar. So if the chin just gets to the bar, it's a no rep, or if the athlete does not extend the elbows at the top or at the bottom, it is a no rep. Standards for the stationary overhead lunge. Athlete must step forward with the trail knee kissing the ground and then step back with that same leg. Has to hit a full knee touching the ground before they come over. The weight is held overhead. The weight cannot be resting on the head though. Must be over the head, not resting on the head. Standards for the kettlebell swings. At the bottom of the kettlebell, the athlete's elbows must be fully extended. Then at the top, the knees, hips, and elbows must be fully extended with the head going through. If the hips are not extended or the knees are not extended, the rep does not count, and the weight must be completely overhead for the weight to count. For the kettlebell sumo deadlift high pulls, the kettlebell starts from the ground every time, must touch the ground every time, and the athlete must lift the kettlebell up for the hands to go above the collarbone with a full extension of the hips and knees. For the farmer's walk, the athlete must be holding a kettlebell in each hand, and anytime the athlete is walking, they must be holding the kettlebells. Straps are not allowed. It's all about the athlete's grip strength.
Hey guys, well that concludes our standards video. If any of you have questions about the movements that you saw today, feel free to address them at the Triple Threat Throwdown Facebook page, and one of the coaches will get back with you as soon as possible on that. In addition, we will be having an athlete briefing the morning of the competition to address any additional questions that you guys might have. So look forward to seeing you guys then, and good luck.